All right. We back once again. Y'all met him before. Old Nick. He drive in from another state. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna do a little taper on it. What I'm gonna do is taper a little different. He like it low now, and I'm gonna bring it up high. I'm gonna do some things with it right quick. So I wanted to document this one and show you guys. So it's a lot going on in the world right now, man. We done brought the new year in, and people riding around crazy, shooting and killing each other. It's a bad time to be in the world, man. It really ain't no good time to have no kids, honestly. In my opinion, you know. But I hope everybody out there had them a good holiday. I ate enough, I cooked enough for Christmas and all that other good stuff. I did 14 slabs of ribs, 2 packs of chicken. You know. Go from there. Alright. Here we go. If you notice, I left that dark right there because I'm cutting his hair down low, and you know I already told you if you cut it and then kind of come back with another guard, it won't cut as low. So I want that to kind of skin up on me, so I ain't gonna worry about fooling with that just yet. Y'all wind up doing for holidays, man?
Thanksgiving, we was on the road. Went to New Orleans, to Mississippi, back to Louisiana. Christmas, we just came down here.
Okay. Y'all did your mama, huh?
Yeah, brother came in town.
Okay.
She cooked, I cooked. Did that.
Your mama made you turn the pots over?
I just did some ribs, honestly, and brought them on down. I'm so glad.
Oh, you cooked them at your house?
And brought them down. I'm glad the holidays over with.
Well, you know, so many people say that.
I am.
I'm telling you, y'all get like me in a minute. I don't receive no gifts, and I don't give no gifts. I don't miss it, bro. I ain't into it. It is what it is. I take the day that they bring, you know. I cook. We all hang out. We have a good time with each other. But man, you know, I was telling my partner, me and him, we went to barber school together. He had his younger brother. I might have mentioned this to y'all before. And his child, you know. And he went out and bought him $3,000 worth of remote control cars that you can ride in and all this type of stuff. And I was telling him, bruh, $3,000, man. You know how hard it is to save $3,000? Are you sure that's what you want to do? For growing boys? Man, these boys ain't going to want to play with this. They going to want a real car in about 2 years. Man, I came back by the house 3 months later. Them cars were sitting on the side of the house rusted. He talking about, man, I hate I bought them. I said, listen to me. That's what you should have did.
One thing I ain't never did is bought my kids a bunch of stuff for their birthday and a bunch of stuff for Christmas. they don't even expect it.
Exactly.
Birthday come around, we eating hot dogs, potato chips, and a cake and some ice cream. And when you start them out young like that, they don't even expect nothing extravagant as they get older.
Mm-hmm. I understand, man. You know, I mean, get them something if that's what you want to do. But all this humongous gift giving, you know, I think you probably need to say that to when they older in life. $3,000, that's a car. You know, get the boy a car so he can go back and forth to school. Before it's just, no, I ain't with it. I couldn't do it, bro.
How'd you bring the New Year in?
Down there cooking with my folks, brought in, did the same stuff we did for Christmas, man. You know what I'm saying? And we they popped a lot of fireworks. I've never been into fireworks, even when I was a kid, man. You know, it's just like I don't really, you know.
Man, them fireworks they got so expensive down there.
They spent $1,500 yesterday.
I believe it.
And we do about it normally lasts probably 20 minutes. Yeah. I just can't see popping. That's literally burning money in the air. That's how I see fireworks. That's a literal burning money in the air. I mean, it's just like, stop.
I never looked at it like that, but it's good to stay away from them crowds on New Year.
Yeah. New Year's, man, a lot of people die before they stop dying, man. But I remember one New Year's party I was at, man, we all had went out. This when I was young and dumb. Next thing I know, I hear gunfire. Pop, pop, pop. We inside the building. All of us on the floor like we getting shot at. We didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? They out in the parking lot shooting. Man, and I'm thinking, man, I got my little brother out here with me. I got the friend, man. Anybody get killed out here? I never went out again on the New Year's night after that. What I said I will do from here on out, I said I'm going to bring New Year's in with my family, my parents, because one of these years, one of us ain't going to get out that year together. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you hate to say that and talk like that, but it's the truth, you know?
The truth and it's reality.
Right.
Like last night.
Right. One of these years we ain't going to get out of here together, so, you know, let's see this. Put this cardboard up right quick. I don't want this light to come through and mess up my shot. Oh, y'all see my makeshift curtain. That's my makeshift curtain. So I want y'all to be able to see it. So there we go. Yeah, you know, so I try to bring the New Year's in a safe environment. Around good people that I know and trust. Hopefully the Lord will continue to bless the way I took the year out. It's going to be the way I bring it in. Like, there's some places I won't even go right now. Like, my partner called me Monday. He was like, man, come meet me over here such and such, such and such. I was like, nah, I won't be going over there. He's like, why not? I said, I'll be doggone. I sent my year out up in there. The last Monday before the year out, I was over there with him. No, I'm not doing that. And I'm not going to go in there in the first week or two. No, I'm not bringing my year in there either. It's just not going to happen. I said, be my guest. You gonna go right on over there. Everybody got all these bowl games going on.
Did they still do the Sugar Bowl today?
I don't know the name of the bowl, but they had those are.
The one in New Orleans.
Oh no, they saying they're gonna still do it today. And I heard they're gonna do it tomorrow. It was unclear.
Oh.
It was unclear. I promise you. Then I just heard on the news they saying they acting like they was gonna do it, and they acting like they not gonna do it. I don't get it either.
And they not finna let that money go.
Well, it's tough to reschedule that when you already got all the security you supposed to have. Whether that was they brought in 300 extra police officers to guard the city already. I mean, if somebody wants you, they gonna get you. It's tough to guard against the unknown and the unseen. Mm-hmm. You know, because the truth is this: they were setting up barricades for the Super Bowl in New Orleans, and they were just gonna leave it there for what's going on now to what's going on in New Orleans. for all these events. So, come on. If we already down here, I think it's unfair to the people that is planning on leaving out tomorrow and getting back to work or whatever they got going on in life. You know, I mean, what's one extra day gonna do other than to say that we ain't gonna party on the day these people died? That's all that's about.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not gonna stop nothing. If they having a terrorist attack planned today, it'll happen tomorrow.
And I agree. I mean, the goal of a terrorist is to change the way we live.
Right.
And,
it's to sneak you.
Yeah. Have you scared to go out and do things. And,
right.
Yeah. Beyond killing 10 people.
But the truth is this, though, man. Let's just be honest. I mean, that's where my people from. I grew up in Mississippi, about 50 minutes from Bourbon Street. My grandparents from New Orleans. My brother still stay down there. My mama from there. All my family from New Orleans. And people like us that are from here, we don't go there. And it's a reason. You know? I mean, I've been in there several times. But it ain't nothing that I'm itching to go back to. Because that threat, just this time, the face of the threat had a terrorist, maybe possibly an ISIS deal connected to it. But the truth is this. We've had in-house terrorists down there for many years. Shooting and killing people on Bourbon Street. Stabbings on Bourbon Street. You know? My partner, son-in-law, was shot in the head and killed on Bourbon Street. So, you know, what do we call the guy that did that? What do we do about that? Bourbon Street is just where sin runs rampant. And that type of stuff gonna happen. I mean, now terrorists going off in churches and shooting and stuff. You know, once upon a time, that just didn't happen. They going off in schools shooting. And the terrorists are the same kids, the students. You know, when we was coming up, man, that type of stuff ain't happening. I remember one shooting in high school when we was growing up.
Columbine.
At Columbine. And I think I was in high school then. I was almost out of high school when that happened. And that was like, wow, what the flip? And then you didn't hear about another school shooting for many years after that. It ain't like it just took place again like right now. That young girl just shot up when there's Christian school and did it. Man, it's just a sign of the times, bro. That's it. The rebellious generation. That's all that's going on. The kids having kids. That's all that's going on. And not disciplining your kids. I mean, you 18 years old having a kid. And then you raising it like you still out in the club partying yourself. How you gonna put and impart some real true discipline and wisdom in a kid when you still out here a kid? I saw one of the girls that my partner child, saw her last night and today. You know, she had a baby in the 11th grade. I mean, come on. What can she possibly teach this baby? Nothing. This boy gonna grow up, and if he don't have a good dad in his life, or she don't marry a man that's a good man, that could be a strong role model in that boy's life, he gonna do what? End up a product of his environment. Because most women that have kids in the 11th grade, they don't become millionaires. Statistics show that. That ain't nothing I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You just can't just go having babies. Life is planned. And that's the problem with most things and people in life. They don't plan their life. They just go out here having sex. Ooh la la, that feel good. Now here go a baby though. Now what you gonna do with that?
You know, life ain't about becoming a millionaire.
It sure ain't. But I'm just saying.
But it's no different than any other time. Because if you check your grandma and look at your great grandma, they were having babies at 15 and 16 also.
I'm glad you said that. But guess what though? You're right. Times were different. They had a man in that house that was a real man, and that mother had traditional values she instilled in her daughters and in her kids. And it ain't had nothing to do with wop bop 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 shake it, break it, bop bop. But she wasn't doing that.
We're not gonna get into
because the mothers is 16 years old in the 50, 60, and 70 were not there backing that thing up. You know what I'm saying? They weren't twerking and pee popping on the handstand.
We're not gonna get into what Granddaddy was doing and Granddaddy family on the other side of town. But let me finish. You gotta let me finish. We're not gonna get into how old Granddaddy was compared to Grandma. So it's just let me finish. So you gotta let me finish. So it's just a different complaint. It's just a different problem, but nobody addressed the problem that 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago that Grandpa and Grandma had. It was still a problem, but now it's
that
just
problem that you're speaking about has something to do with just infidelity amongst adults. It ain't had nothing to do with the mothers helping the kids be pee popping and being strippers. These mothers these days is totally different. A father back then who had two families, they didn't even know they had another family across town. They were literally, it don't make it right. But what I'm saying is that man was still trying to be there to install something in them kids and them boys.
It don't make it right.
He was still installing work value in them kids,
you gotta let me rebuttal. It also don't make it right that Granddaddy was 10, 15 years older than Grandma.
What the age matter?
Man, it matters a lot. You're not gonna go date a 15-year-old, are you?
No, but back then, 15, she could marry a 15-year-old. That was the law.
That don't make it right because it was a law. You also had slavery that was the law, which
that's
doesn't
totally
make it right.
different, though.
What I'm saying is
that was just the age of consent to marry.
What I'm saying is just because it's the law, don't make it right. That's my point.
Well, we understand that, but that ain't the topic of what we're talking about.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying this wrong and that wrong. It's still wrong.
It is too.
It's all wrong.
Listen, bro.
Remember you told me that there's no sin greater than another.
No, I ain't say that.
Oh, I thought that's what you said.
No. A sin carries more weight than another sin, so that sin becomes bigger. If you just go in there and steal a piece of purple bubble gum at the gas station, that ain't the same sin as if you and that woman then cheated on your spouse. And now your wife then left you with all your kids, and now she done moved to 3 states away, and now your kid that you brought into this world in the room getting molested by the new man. Now you see how your sin of you leaving your family, stepping outside of your family, and now that has broke up your home, it's broke up her home. Now these parents and your kids are somewhere else. You ain't even there. The kids you said you made to protect, you're not there because you cheated. Now some other guy is living in the house with your kids, raising your kids, and he in there molesting one of them. That's totally different weight than if you'd have just took a piece of bubble gum, or if you just went to the store and bought you some liquor.
Is this all make-believe?
No, this ain't no make-believe. This going on every day. This going on every day. What are you talking about?
What I'm saying.
If a man gonna get him a drink in the corner in his truck, sitting in his driveway, that's just him. He ain't out there saying, hey, come over here, baiting 3-year-olds over there to come give him liquor. If he ain't doing that, if you are out there baiting young people to start taking drugs, doing liquor, doing wrong thing, that sin now carries a different weight because that person can now become a drunken, alcoholic, grow up, start beating his wife, start doing other things. Sin carries different weight. Yeah, there's no sin greater than the other. In God's eye, sin is a sin. But God says sin carries different weight. Yes. That's the consequences of your sin.
Where in the Bible does God say that sins carry different weight?
I'm telling you right now, consequences.
That
is what it is.
Can you point me to it?
Yeah. Adam and Eve.
Can you point me to it?
First people in the world. Prime example.
Can you point me to where God said?
Yeah, I'll tell you.
No, don't tell me
God
an example.
said, don't eat of the fruit of that tree in the garden that I commanded you not to eat of.
That's what you interpreted.
No, that's what the scriptures say.
Show me what it said. Show me.
Go to Genesis. Genesis 1:1. Start right there.
Is your Bible in your truck?
It's on this phone that's recording this.
Okay.
And it's in the truck. Said go. That's what it happened.
Well,
now let me show you this how that sin that one
you already gave an
to
example.
you. Hold on. I ain't done.
Not to me.
I ain't done. Hold on.
What I'm saying is it was sin back then. It was wrong back then. It's sin now, and it's wrong back now. It don't make it better because they did it back in the day, and granddaddy kind of stayed around and raised two different families. So you can't be more hard on the people today that's committed sin than your grandparents.
I didn't say be more harder. What I said is women that have kids in the 11th grade don't pretty much turn out to be millionaires. That's what I say.
Life is not,
and you can't. Life is gonna be hard for that person.
Life. Okay, you can say that.
That's all I said.
Life is not about becoming a millionaire.
We weren't talking about that. I'm just simply saying that life is going to be hard for that boy that is being raised by a single mother that had him out of wedlock in 11th grade. So what is the condition of this boy going to be? I said that, a product of his environment, which most likely he's going to be brought up in a rougher environment, which means he's most likely going to go to prison or get shot dead early in his life.
And where's
Point
his father?
blank period. And that's what I'm talking about.
Where's his father?
Anybody who helps a girl get pregnant in the 11th grade, most likely he's the same way she is.
But let me say
so that kid ain't gonna have no help from the daddy or the mama.
Where is the father? You have to let me speak. So where's the father? So it's really more blame on the father than it is the mother.
Blame both of them. Both of them laid down and had it.
Okay.
You got to blame both of them.
So in a society, like, men have to have more responsibility of raising their children and making sure their family's okay.
I'm not knocking none of that.
You're speaking to a prime example of a person that wouldn't stop until their children were okay.
But I'm not. I ain't saying knocking none of that.
Okay. Well, you just keep saying mother and mother and mother.
What I'm speaking about, I said I seen a girl yesterday.
They had a baby in 11th grade.
Yes.
Well,
and all I was speaking about is the condition in which the kid is going to be raised. And I wasn't talking about what the parents.
Can she be successful, and can the kid be successful?
Eventually, she can be successful, and the kid can be successful.
All right.
But
all right. So
it's a lot rougher road for them. That's all I'm speaking about.
We're talking hypothetical. It's probably more rough road because the father is absent, which the father has more blame on how the child comes up, not the woman. It's a man's responsibility to raise his children.
If she'll let him be in his life.
Oh, now we talking.
But I'm just saying though, you don't know.
We speaking too many hypotheticals. She will let
him be in his life the way that he should, but most likely, that type of daddy that created a kid at 11 years old, I mean in 11th grade, if he don't have a turnaround or a come to Jesus moment in his life, what will life be for him? He can't impart nothing in that kid.
I don't know. You speaking to him,
but most of the time, what can a 17-year-old boy do for a baby? What can he impart in him? What? He don't know nothing.
I disagree. I have to disagree.
And you speak about the weight of sin. Here's how that works. When Adam bit off that little bitty old fruit, whatever that fruit was, apple or whatever. The rest of us think, oh, it's just a fruit, but God said don't eat of that fruit. All these fruits out here, you want to go pick the one God said don't eat. And when he did that, he cursed the entire world. All human being generation, we're now cursed. We got to go to work by the sweat of our brow. We now have sicknesses, ailments in the body, brothers killing brothers, mothers killing daughters, daughters killing mothers. All sin entered the world off of that one little sin. Now, had Adam not have did that, and he went over there and maybe overeaten, ate too many of the good fruits that God wanted him to be, you just overate, Adam. That's a different sin. It carries a different weight. Whoop-de-doo. God let it slide. He overate. His stomach tight.
We're speaking hypothetical.
That's not hypothetical. That's real.
But that didn't happen. So there's no way to say it.
It did happen because Adam bit the fruit.
So
what do you mean?
So what I'm saying is he ate one bit of
and
apple,
cursed the world.
Which you would have thought. Well, that's what I'm saying. So one piece of somebody stealing one piece of bubble gum is still a sin. We don't know what ramifications that will have. That might be that business owner last bubble gum that sent him into debt. That sent him into bankruptcy. We
That's
don't
why
know.
God gonna deal with it.
Stop looking at the camera. Sin is a sin.
Sin is a sin, but sin carries different weight.
We don't know the weight that it holds. You don't know the weight that it holds. You don't know. You can say something to me and you don't know the weight that it has on me, right? Right? We don't know. Yeah, we don't know.
If your daughter from that you done had out of your wife? You done cheated on your wife, and your daughter's
I
up
don't
here
know.
sleeping in the house with another
I don't-
grown guy is molesting them. We know the weight that sin carried that you did.
We speaking
You
hypothetical.
cheated on your family, and now your kids out here paying the price. The father's sins.
We speaking
The sins of the father, brother. The sins of the mother. The sins of the father. The sins of the adults hurts the kids. You know, the Bible even speaks about if you got a daddy or a grandparent or a great-grandparent that live for God, how God looks out for the generations, down into their generations. He looks out for his great-grandkids, his however many great-great-grandkids, super great-grandkids. God said, if one man lived for me, that's what he would do. He would look out for your kids' kids. So it go to show you that sin carries different weights.
We don't know that, and
Yes, we do.
You can't be a
We
person.
do know that.
No, we don't.
Okay.
You can't be. I just gave you an
The
example.
law
You
is
can't-
even set up like that where sin carry different weights. Here's why.
The law
if
is
a
not
man
always
break
right.
in your house,
The law is not always
we
right.
understand that.
The law
We
is
know.
not always
But
right.
if a man break in your house and you shoot and kill him, you going home. But if you go over there and break in his house and kill him, you going to prison. Or if you just go rob that man and you kill him, or if you get into a fight with him and both of y'all were just fighting and then you beat him and he fell and hit his head, that's a different charge. That's like maybe manslaughter, could possibly go home in a trial or not. The same.
Are we speaking the law? Or
We having the
speaking
same funeral here, the same funeral, but the dude died in different ways. Pick the way.
I can come up
Because
we can come up with hypotheticals all
you
day
can
long.
get into a fight with
And that's
somebody
right. Okay.
who you was trying to protect another old lady walking across the street,
Yep.
and this thug guy come up and try to kill the woman, and you stepped in and beat the dude up and you killed him. You're gonna go home. We see you as a hero. But if you just go over there and say, "Hey, you a thug, and we don't want you in our neighborhood," and you beat the dude up and kill him, you going to prison for murder.
We're not speaking the same
Yes,
same
we are.
thing.
Yeah, we are.
We're not.
It's going to show you that different things
No,
carry
well,
different weights
well,
in life. In life, bruh.
We're talking about sin and God's rule and God's law. We're not talking about man law and what different with man and how we judge it differently. What I'm saying is Emmanuel McKinney cannot say this sin holds more weight than this sin. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, I can.
You can't be the judge
Yes.
of that.
No, I'm not the judge that God is.
You don't know the ramifications of somebody stealing this that you might feel that is insignificant. That's what I'm trying to say. You bring up the bubble gum, but let me say this. What if that man been having
his
stuff?
business was out of business anyway.
Yeah.
If it took a bubble gum and to crash your business, your business, you ain't have a business.
But it started with the first piece of bubble gum. It didn't start with the last. It started with the first piece of bubble gum. So Emmanuel can't judge which sin is greater and which sin
I'm
is
not
lesser.
the one judging. God has said
Get the Bible.
what it is and what it ain't.
Go get the
By
Bible.
the simple fact,
I'm always willing to learn.
Let me tell you something right now. All right, here's proof right now. The people in the Middle East, they over there
I don't
shooting
know
and
nothing about
killing.
them.
Well, I'm trying to tell you. The people in the Middle East over there shooting and killing each other right now, all these years later. That's what they over there doing. Well, you know why? Sarah said, go and sleep with the handmaid. God said, hey, I'm going to get y'all pregnant. She like, I'm 100 and something years old. I can't get pregnant. So she told her husband, go sleep with the handmaid. So guess what he did? He went and did that. Now, that's a set of illegitimate kids with his real kids over in the Middle East fighting till this day.
What?
400-500 years later, they're still killing each other. So you cannot tell me that it does not matter. The weight of your sin matters.
Let me say
because
this. Let me say this.
Had it been a difference between a cantaloupe and a pineapple, and he picked the cantaloupe, it would have been a totally different thing. It wouldn't even have been in the Bible.
You have to give me a chance to brother. So as Americans, we don't have to look over in the Middle East. Let's talk about the violence and why the violence is happening in America. We don't have to we don't have to go all the way to the Middle East.
I can tell you why a lot of black guys
or
in the middle of this stuff, like in Chicago,
I said America.
all the shootings.
I didn't say black guys. I said the violence in America.
I was finna go to everybody. I'm saying I can tell you
don't
right
say
here.
Black. Just
okay,
America.
Mm-hmm. Most men that are in prison. Most of them didn't have a daddy figure in their life. Bottom line, most of them didn't. And there's a lot of people in prison who did have their daddy. Don't get me wrong. But it's a lot of people in prison, most likely. Because here's why. Men, we are aggressive by nature, right? But if you have feminine traits, Women easier. Listen to me. They're easier to go off. They're emotional. So a man cannot be emotional to another man. That's gonna get you killed because you explode and going off. When women doing that, we just kind of like, all right. Women don't just kill each other like that. They just scrapping and scrapping. But a man got that same emotional trait and scrapping when he approach another man with that same emotional trait, they getting killed.
I said violence in America. I didn't say who was in prison. I didn't say black people in prison.
I'm talking about everybody too.
I said we don't have to go and talk about the Middle East and them killing each other in the Middle East when we are doing the same thing in America. So I said my point is we don't have to address the Middle East when we having the same problem in America. And I ask you, why are we having the same problem? Man, you just took my cable off. So we can just address America and not the Middle East. And I'm willing to hear why the violence in America is so bad.
Okay, you gonna say what you feel. Because I told you what I feel the problem is.
Man, you said
it's a bunch of emotional men
you said
raised by women.
You said black men don't have. Man, everybody killed everybody in America. Women kill people in America.
But I thought we was kind of talking about the black community. But go ahead, let's talk about everybody. No. We're talking about everybody.
No. I'm not talking about in the black community because here's the thing: you had a father and I had a father. So what are we talking about? And we both know people that had fathers that still ended up going to prison.
Right. So, that's just life. Life.
It's just life.
Right, it's life. And I understand it. Stuff happens. But what I'm saying is, chances. I'm only speaking about the odds. If a father is there or some type of male mentorship, whether that be a community leader, your teacher, a preacher, a coach, whoever has male mentorship over another man. Men only scared of men. They ain't scared of no woman. They ain't scared of nothing. You know what I'm saying? And a man figure has to be in your son's life to help him turn out right, even when he at his worst.
Yeah. And if you want to talk about black men, but maybe men need to just step it up and take care of the families and take care of the children. So it's the men's responsibility.
Yeah, it's both. It's both.
It's
because
both.
If the woman or the man, it's both. Here's why.
Was it your mama's responsibility to lead her family?
No, not to feed and lead. But guess what, though?
Okay,
guess what?
What are we talking
My
about?
mother had to be a good woman in order for my daddy to want to keep continuing to come home and leading this establishment that they created together.
Can we sign off to next time?
Yeah, we can.
We'll finish this.
Hey, it was a great conversation. We busted it out for the first of the year.
Till next time. To be continued. Hey, can I hit the button?
I can't even talk about the haircut, man. I wanted to show y'all the haircut.
I'm sorry. Here.
Hey, you enjoyed the haircut, bro?
I did. I do. I always enjoy the conversation. Listen, the conversations definitely go deeper. I work in the medical field. I have to really kind of watch what I say.
Yeah.
But when this camera go off, this conversation won't end. We'll be back with
it. Never ends with him. It's all. But I still think it's something that needs to be talked about. You know what I'm saying?
To be continued.
To be continued. All right, to be continued, y'all. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Thank you.